When people get prescribed benzodiazepines, initially it's like the greatest thing ever, right? If you are someone who's experiencing extreme panic, anxiety, you can't sleep, you're having all the stressors, you take this one pill instantly, within half an hour or so, your problems go away, or at least they don't seem as intense as they might be. And it could be a lifesaver for some. This is something that should be used on an intermittent basis as needed. If you do it that way, in the long term, I've seen people do all right with it. Look, in life, you can't not avoid stress. It's just one of those things that's just going to happen, and you just got to learn to deal with it better. When people take benzodiazepines on a consistent basis, what happens is, again, initially they start doing well with it. They feel like a better version of themselves, right? But then in the long run, what I've observed from my clinical experience is that people start getting a little bit more like numbed. They don't get excited for things as much, because if you really think about it, a benzodiazepine works by making it harder for a nerve to get excited. So then things that normally give you tremendous joy or excitement or pleasure, that all gets dampened out too, along with the anxiety symptoms. So there is a trade-off to long-term use of benzos. Now, for people who have used benzodiazepine on a consistent basis for an extended period of time, and then they try to get off of it because they feel like their life situation is better, whatever they might be, they don't want to be dependent on it anymore. Some of the common withdrawal symptoms that I've seen are, the obvious ones are sleep problems, increased anxiety, agitation. Some people have experience with like headaches, sensory disturbances, some of the more uncommon ones, but that are definitely out there. Akathisia, benzo-induced akathisia, that's a real thing. People have a tendency to believe that akathisia is something related to antipsychotic use, but there is something called benzo-induced akathisia that's out there. And, I have a client right now who's really struggling with that. And she described it as an internal, terrifying fire of restlessness. And it's very painful, and she's in agony all the time. And we're trying different things to see what's working, what's not, to help alleviate her distress. Benzodiazepine withdrawal is interesting because the way I would like for the viewers to think about it is like, if you ever saw the movie The Matrix, remember when Keanu Reeves, Neo, wakes up from the Matrix and he wakes up into this new world and he's just like, what the hell is going on, right? It's kind of like that with benzos as well. Benzos numb your nerves. It's been putting it to sleep for quite some time. And then all of a sudden you take that away, it's like your nerves are waking up again and it's not used to all the stimuli that's around. And it's trying to make sense of the situation. And that communication to your brain as a result saying, hey, I don't know what's going on, can be interpreted as anxiety, restlessness, shakes, insomnia, these weird sensory disturbances, etc. So just like how Keanu Reeves eventually adapted to the new situation, took a little time, and that's what people have to go through here as well. They have to be a little bit patient with it, but with the right care, the right treatment plan, we could accelerate that process.